The night on Zoria Station was colder than usual. The metal floors carried the chill like ice, and the lights above flickered again and again, as if they were too tired to shine. People moved fast through the open market area, trying to finish their business before the power went out again. In the middle of that noisy and busy place stood a small alien girl. Her skin had a soft blue color, but it looked pale now. Her fingers were shaking as she held a tiny cloth bag close to her chest. Inside that bag were her toys, small metal figures she had made from broken scrap pieces. They were her only treasure, and her only hope. She whispered in a very soft and tired voice, "Please, buy a toy, please. I need money." No one stopped. Some ignored her. Some pushed her without even looking at her face. A few laughed as they walked by, calling her weak and useless. But she did not move. She stayed there for hours, hoping someone kind would appear. Far away, a human traveler named Aaron Hale was walking through the station. He had just arrived from a long cargo flight and wanted to find a place to rest. He rubbed his eyes and sighed. The day had been too long. His back hurt from carrying heavy crates. But as he walked across the market, he suddenly heard a soft sound like something small hitting the floor. He turned. The little alien girl had collapsed on the icy floor. Her toys scattered around her like broken stars. People stepped over them without care. Aaron rushed toward her. Hey, are you okay?" he asked, kneeling beside her. The girl opened her eyes slowly. When she saw a human so close, she panicked and tried to pull away. Her small hands moved toward her toys, trying to protect them from him. Aaron raised both hands gently. "It's okay. I won't take them. I just want to help." She didn't trust him. He could see the fear in her eyes, deep fear, old fear. Fear of people who had hurt her before. He carefully picked up one toy lying near his knee. It was a tiny metal star with uneven edges. Rough work, but made with love. "You made these?" he asked softly. She nodded. Her lips trembled. "I sell them," she whispered. "Just one toy. Please, I need money. My mother, she can't breathe." Aaron's eyes widened a little. "How long have you been standing here?" The girl lowered her head. 8 hours. Maybe more. I don't know. I can't go home without money. I can't." Her voice broke at the last word. It was not just fear, it was desperation. Aaron felt something shift inside him. He had seen poor children before on different planets, but something about this girl felt different. She was alone, freezing, hungry, and still trying to work. "Okay," he said, giving her a warm smile. "I'll buy all your toys. Every single one. You don't need to stay here anymore." She stared at him, shocked. Her big glowing eyes widened. "Oh, really? All? All of them?" "Yeah," Aaron said, trying to lighten the mood. "I'll become your biggest customer." For the first time, a tiny spark of hope lit in her tired eyes. Aaron reached into his pocket to take out his credit card. Then his face changed. His pocket was empty. He checked again. Then again. Nothing. His wallet was gone. Someone had pickpocketed him in the crowded market. The girl watched his expression fall. Slowly, her hope turned to fear again. You don't have money?" she whispered, stepping back. "I wasted time. I wasted hours talking to you?" No. Aaron stood quickly. "Someone stole my credits. It's not your fault." But she was already shaking her head. No, I should not have stayed. I should have sold a toy to someone else. I should have tried harder." She grabbed her bag and turned, running into a narrow alley behind the market. "Hey, wait," Aaron called, running after her. The alley was dark. Only one broken lamp flickered weakly. The cold air here felt even sharper. Boxes were stacked on the sides, and the floor smelled of rust and old metal. "Kid, where are you?" Aaron whispered. Then he saw her. The little girl was cornered at the end of the alley, her back pressed against a dirty metal wall. Her toys clutched to her chest, and in front of her stood two masked aliens, tall, broad shoulders. Their masks had red lenses that glowed faintly. They looked dangerous, like people who enjoyed hurting others. One of them stepped forward and growled, "You should have paid us today." The other one added, "Your family owes us money. Your mother is weak. Maybe we should collect from her instead." The girl shook violently. She tried to hide her toys behind her back, as if they could protect her. I tried to earn money," she whispered. "I tried. No one bought anything." The first masked alien grabbed her arm. Aaron clenched his fists. He stepped out of the shadows and shouted, "Hey, leave her alone." The masked aliens turned their heads at the same time. One of them laughed. "Look, a human who wants to play hero." Aaron did not care about their laughter. He took a slow step forward. "She's just a child," he said firmly. "Let her go." The second masked alien tilted his head. "Not your business, human. Walk away." Aaron's heart was beating fast. He had no weapons. He had no backup. But he could not walk away. "You touch her again," he said in a low voice, "you'll regret it." The girl's eyes widened. She had never seen anyone stand up for her before. Not once in her life. The first attacker tightened his grip on the girl's arm, making her cry out. Aaron moved forward immediately. Two masked aliens dropped the girl and faced Aaron. The alley became silent. Only the flickering lamp above them buzzed like a weak insect. Girl crawled backward, hiding behind a stack of metal crates. Her toys rattled softly inside her bag. Aaron balled his fists. He knew this would end badly for him. But he also knew he could not let those men hurt her. The first alien cracked his knuckles. The second rolled his neck slowly, preparing to fight. Both stepped closer. 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 And then, a distant alarm echoed across the station. Blue warning lights flashed along the corridor. Someone had reported a fight in the market. The masked aliens exchanged a look, then cursed it under their breath. One whispered angrily, "We'll deal with her later. Move." They pushed past Aaron and disappeared into the dark corners of the alley. Aaron breathed heavily. Trying to calm himself, he rushed to the girl's side. "Are you hurt?" he asked. She wiped her tears with her sleeve. "No, I'm okay." Her voice was tiny, but her eyes were full of fear, and also full of surprise. "Why did you help me?" she whispered. "No one helps us." Aaron smiled softly. "No child should be alone like this." The girl looked at him for a long moment, as if trying to understand a feeling she had never felt before. "Safety." "Aaron," he said gently. "That's my name." She hesitated, then whispered, "Lyra." Aaron nodded. "Lyra, let's take you home." She shook her head. "No, my home is small. Broken. You don't have to come." Aaron replied, "I want to see your mother. I want to help her." The girl lowered her head. "You already helped me. More than anyone ever did." But she walked with him. Slow steps. Cold air. A silent fear still hanging in the alley. As they moved, the lights flickered again, and the shadows grew longer. Something told Aaron this night was far from over. The walk to Lyra's home was slow and quiet. The main market noise faded behind them, replaced by the dull humming of old metal pipes and distant engine sounds from the station's core. The deeper they went, the darker the corridors became. Rust covered the walls like old wounds, and steam leaked from broken vents. Aaron looked around carefully. He had traveled to many planets, but this part of Zoria Station felt different. It felt abandoned, forgotten. Lyra walked with her eyes down, hugging her small bag of toys close to her chest. Every few steps, she checked behind them, afraid the masked aliens might return. "You're safe now," Aaron said softly. She answered without looking up. "They always come back." Aaron felt a heavy knot in his chest. No child should speak like that. No child should know fear like that. After a few minutes, they reached a narrow corridor with flickering purple lights. The floor sloped downward toward a row of old metal doors. Lyra stopped in front of one and whispered, "This is home." Aaron expected a normal room, maybe small, maybe messy, but when Lyra pressed the button to open the door, he felt his breath catch. Her home was more like a tiny storage box. A broken heater sat in the corner, barely giving off heat. The walls were cracked. The light inside was dim and yellow. A thin mattress lay on the floor with a blanket full of holes. And on that mattress lay a woman, Lyra's mother. She was extremely weak. Her skin was pale, her breathing slow and painful. She opened her eyes when she heard the door and tried to sit up, but her body shook too much. "Mother," Lyra ran to her quickly, dropping her bag of toys and kneeling beside the mattress. "I'm here. I'm okay." The woman gave a tired smile. "I worried when you didn't return." Aaron stepped inside slowly. Lyra's mother froze for a second when she saw a human. Her eyes widened, not with fear but with confusion. "Who?" "He helped me," Lyra whispered. "He stopped them." A shadow passed over the woman's face. She knew exactly who "them" meant. She tried to sit again but coughed violently. The sound was sharp, painful, and hollow like metal grinding metal. Aaron moved quickly and knelt beside her. "You need medical help, immediately." The woman shook her head. "We can't go to the clinic. We don't have a permit. And the medicine, the price is too high." Lyra's hands tightened around her mother's arm. "I tried selling toys. I tried all day. I only needed enough for one dose." Tears filled her eyes, but she forced them back. Aaron's jaw tightened. He glanced around the tiny home again. Everything in the room showed one thing: they had been suffering for a long time. "What medicine does she need?" Aaron asked. "Med-gel blue," Lyra whispered. "Just one small bottle. It helps her breathe." Aaron's eyes widened. Med-gel blue was expensive and stored in a restricted medical section. Only licensed workers or high-level residents could access it. But Aaron had a traveler pass with temporary access. It could work. He stood up. "I'll get the medicine. Don't worry." Lyra looked at him with disbelief. You will?" Aaron nodded. "Yes," but Lyra's mother spoke in a weak voice. "No, please. You don't know the risk. If someone sees you helping us, they will come for you too." "If I don't help, things will get worse," Aaron replied calmly. The woman closed her eyes, exhausted. Lyra turned and picked up her small metal star, the toy she had tried to sell all day. She held it out to Aaron with trembling hands. "Take this. Please, it's my best toy. Sell it. Or trade it. Or just take it because I have nothing else to give. You're helping us, so I must give you something." Aaron gently pushed her hand back. "Keep your toy, Lyra. I'm not doing this for payment." Her lips quivered. No one had ever said something like that to her. Aaron stepped back and said firmly, "I'll return soon." But before he could leave, a loud knock hit the metal door. Bang! Bang! Lyra jumped in fear. Her mother grabbed her arm weakly. Aaron turned sharply. "Who is that?" Lyra whispered with a shaking voice. "Them. They came back." Aaron's muscles tensed. He opened the door slightly and stepped outside. But it wasn't the masked aliens. It was station security. 3 officers stood there with flashlights and weapons. Their faces were stern, their uniforms clean, and their badges glowing blue. "Human traveler, Aaron Hale?" the lead officer asked. Aaron nodded slowly. "You were seen chasing a miner into a restricted living block," the officer said coldly. Explain yourself. Lyra hid behind the door, trembling. Her mother tried to sit up again, but she was too weak. Aaron had no choice. He stepped fully into the corridor. I was helping her, he said. 2 masked men attacked her. I stopped them. The officers exchanged looks. One officer scanned the area with his lens device. Another checked a hologram that displayed Aaron's travel file. You left the market area without filing a movement record, the lead officer said. This is against protocol. I didn't know, Aaron began, but the officer cut him off. You also entered a low-level resident zone without permission. That is a violation. Aaron felt frustration rising in his chest. I told you, he said. Trying to stay calm, I came here to help a child. The lead officer walked closer, his flashlight shining directly on Aaron's face. Why? His voice was sharp, suspicious, as if kindness made no sense to him. Aaron's heartbeat quickened. If he told them about the mother's sickness, the authorities might arrest them for unpaid debt or illegal settlement. If he stayed quiet, they might take him in. Before Aaron could respond, a soft voice came from behind the door. Please, don't take him. The officers looked over Aaron's shoulder. Lyra had stepped out, her tiny form shaking, her eyes big and wet. He saved me, she whispered. Please don't punish him. Punish me instead. I'll work. I'll pay. Just don't take him. Aaron's heart twisted painfully. The officers stared at the girl, confused by her sudden bravery. The lead officer sighed. Human, come with us. We need to ask more questions. Lyra grabbed Aaron's sleeve tightly. No. No, don't take him. He didn't do anything wrong. He's the only one who helped us. Aaron gently placed his hand on her head. It's okay, he whispered. I'll be fine. But inside, he knew nothing was okay. The officers moved closer, tightening their formation. Aaron raised his hands, showing he wasn't resisting. I need to get medicine for her mother, he said clearly. That's all. The lead officer's expression hardened. You're heading to the restricted medical level at this hour? Who exactly are you trying to help? Aaron swallowed. He knew the wrong answer could destroy Lyra's family. He also knew he couldn't lie for long. The officer stepped forward. Answer the question. The lead officer demanded. Aaron stood still. His mind raced. His heart pounded. He felt trapped between truth and danger. Lyra hid behind the door again, crying silently. The cold corridor seemed to close around him like a cage. And Aaron realized one choice could change everything. The corridor felt colder than before. Aaron stood in front of the 3 security officers, his hands slowly rising in the air, his face calm but his heart racing hard. The lead officer kept his flashlight fixed on him, waiting for an answer. Who are you trying to help? The officer repeated. Aaron looked back toward Lyra. Her small face peeked through the half-open door. Her eyes were wide and full of fear. She shook her head silently, begging him not to tell the truth. If he told them everything, they would punish her and her mother for unpaid debt. The collectors would come again. Maybe worse, but if he lied, he could lose his traveler pass. He could be detained. His journey would end here. Aaron took a slow breath. I'm going to get medicine for a human friend, he said firmly. The officers stared at him. They didn't seem convinced. A human? The lead officer asked. What's this human's name? Aaron froze. He didn't prepare a name, but he also knew lying too slowly looked suspicious. So he replied quickly, Darren? Darren Holt. The officer tapped on his device, searching the station records. After a long, heavy moment, the device beeped. The officer's eyes narrowed. There is a human named Darren Holt registered on level 5. You're lucky. Aaron didn't blink. The officer stepped closer. But remember, traveler-restricted levels need valid purpose. If we find out you're helping illegal residents or someone with active debt, You'll face punishment. I understand, Aaron said. The officers finally stepped back. Go. Get whatever you need, the lead officer said. And don't cause trouble again. With that, they turned and walked away, boots echoing sharply until they disappeared around the corridor. Aaron exhaled in relief. Lyra ran out the moment they were gone and hugged his leg tightly. You didn't tell them, she whispered. Thank you. Thank you so much. Aaron placed his hand gently on her head. I'll come back. Stay inside. Take care of your mother. Lyra nodded quickly and hurried back into the small room, closing the door quietly behind her. Aaron turned toward the lift. He had no time to waste. The restricted level, the medical section, was located on the upper levels, clean, bright, expensive. A sharp opposite world compared to Lyra's home. As Aaron entered the lift, he detected the faint smell of disinfectant. Calm music played inside, too calm for someone in a hurry. When the doors opened onto the restricted floor, he stepped into a white hallway lined with transparent cabinets full of medicines. 2 robot assistants floated across the room, scanning shelves and sorting supplies. Aaron approached the main counter. A holographic nurse materialized, its voice soft but emotionless. Welcome to Zoria Station Medical Hub. How may I assist? I need Med Gel Blue, Aaron said. The hologram blinked once. Purpose of purchase? Aaron remembered his lie. For a human friend. Breathing trouble. The hologram scanned his traveler pass. Temporary access confirmed. 1 bottle can be issued. A robotic arm moved inside the glass cabinet. It selected a small silver container marked with a blue stripe. Aaron's heart beat fast as he watched it move. This little bottle could save a life. The arm placed the med gel on the counter. Total cost, 580 credits. Aaron's face tightened. Someone had stolen his wallet earlier, but he still had his emergency wrist credits connected to his ship. Charge the wrist pass, he said. The hologram nodded. Transaction successful. The small bottle lifted gently into his hands. Aaron held it, carefully like a fragile star. He turned instantly and rushed back toward the lift. Back to Liara. Lyra was waiting outside the small door, sitting on the cold floor. She kept twisting her fingers nervously, legs shaking. She looked up the moment she heard Aaron's footsteps. She froze. He was holding the med gel. You came back, Lyra whispered, voice breaking. Aaron knelt and placed the small bottle in her hands. Of course I came back. She hugged the bottle against her chest and ran inside. Her mother's breathing had grown worse. She lay on the mattress with her hand on her chest, each breath sounding like a struggle. Mother! Look! Lyra cried as she knelt beside her. Aaron came in behind her and opened the med gel. The scent of sterile herbs filled the small room. Help her sit, Aaron said. Lyra gently lifted her mother, supporting her back. Aaron applied the gel to the woman's skin, and within seconds, a soft blue glow spread across her chest. The effect was instant. The woman's breathing steadied. Her chest rose and fell smoothly. Color returned to her face. She opened her eyes fully and looked at Aaron with disbelief. You did this. Aaron smiled lightly. You just needed the right medicine. Lyra's mother slowly touched her own chest, amazed at how easily she could breathe now. Then she looked at Aaron again, this time with tears in her eyes. Humans. We heard stories. They say humans don't help strangers. They say humans only care for themselves. Aaron shook his head. Not all stories are true. Lyra hugged her mother tightly, crying into her shoulder. Her small body shook with relief. You're okay. You're okay now, she kept whispering. Aaron stood quietly, giving them space. But Lyra suddenly turned, grabbed her bag of toys, and walked to him. She held the bag out with both hands. These are for you, she said. You saved my mother. Take all of them. Aaron knelt so he was eye level with her. I told you before. I don't want payment. But I want to give, she insisted. Her voice trembled. For the first time, someone helped us. Please take them. Aaron gently pushed the bag back into her hands. Then don't give me your toys, he said softly. Give me something better. Lyra blinked. What? Your smile. Your hope, he said. Keep making toys. One day you will sell all of them. And people will line up to buy from you. Lyra stared at him for a moment. And then slowly, a small smile appeared on her face. A real smile. A hopeful smile. Her mother watched with soft eyes and whispered, You gave us more than medicine. You gave us a future. The HFY word spread quickly across the lower levels. People heard about the human who stood against debt collectors, who fought to protect a child, who went to the restricted medical section just to save a stranger's life. Soon, neighbors came to check on Lyra's mother. Some brought food. Some brought warm blankets. Some even bought toys from Lyra's bag, her tiny metal figures that she had once tried to sell in the freezing market. For the first time, people saw her. For the first time, she felt she mattered. Aaron stood near the door, ready to leave. He didn't want thanks. He didn't want attention. He just wanted the girl and her mother to be safe. Lyra ran to him and hugged him tightly. Will you come again? She asked softly. Aaron smiled. Of course. I have a whole collection of your toys to start. She laughed a small, shy laugh, but it was the happiest sound in the room. Aaron stepped out into the cold corridor. Behind him, Lyra whispered to her mother, He didn't buy my toys. He bought my hope. Final Aaron walked down the corridor with calm steps. Station lights flickered above him, but this time, the cold didn't feel so cold. Humanity had shined brightly today.